Okay, so the last choice you have for the art project is going to be these clay illustrated letters and the Japanese calligraphy, which I'll explain at the end. So these illustrated letters are kind of similar to what you already did with the illuminated letters, that first art project with lettering, but just in clay. So basically, you're going to do that same type of thing, but in clay. So this is a slideshow that was not done by me; it's done by another teacher. The process is going to be similar, but it's not going to be exactly the same because you guys are going to be using that same clay that you used to make those mini food sculptures, and you're going to make a small version of the letter. The clay that, excuse me, that is in these slides is a bit different. So the process won't be exactly the same, but almost the same. So the illustrated letter is basically the same type of thing, the medieval artwork, illuminated manuscripts. So you can take the exact same design that you already did, or you can try and come up with a new design, which might be a little bit easier because some of the designs that you did were a bit too intricate for clay work anyway. But basically, it's going to be one letter with a border, just like you see in this picture, and that's it. Okay, so you can put some like decorative designs, like you see this person put in lines and stuff like that. Something like that would be fine. Or if you wanted to do a little bit more, that is okay too. So the first day, you don't have to review this slideshow. Obviously, you've already done the research on illuminated letters and stuff. So you're going to start to brainstorm and develop what you want to do. So basically, today, Monday, you're going to sketch that out, finish that up by tomorrow, and then you'll start to make the letter. So I do want you to have some kind of a textured background, maybe a little bit of decoration on the border, but that's basically it. So you're going to need, to draw this out on the yellow sketch paper, pencil, eraser, ruler. Uh, Develop that letter one more time. Like even if you do have your sketch from your illuminated letter still in your folder, I still want you to sketch that out one more time, just so you can decide how you're going to do it in clay. Right? Clay is going to be different. You can't do the exact same design with clay if it's too intricate because you just won't have time. You're only going to have one class period to use that clay. So choose a letter, practice a couple of different designs, and add a little bit of a pattern for the border. Um, if you can make the size of the letter small enough, and I'll try and give you an idea if you decide to do this project, then you can actually use that for your template when you do it in clay. Okay. So you're going to make that letter out. Think about where the border is going to be and everything like that. So this paper will be the same size as the clay. And then once you're done with that, you'll actually start working with clay. So I do want you to use a ruler to measure out the clay. So it's the exact same size, but just try not to get the rulers too dirty. I'm going to try to have enough wipes so that you can wipe off the rulers. Make sure that you clean up those rulers as best as you can. Okay. So if you notice, this clay in the slideshow is brown. This is the actual clay that you would use to put uh, inside a kiln for ceramics. Unfortunately, we don't have a kiln at school, so you're going to have to use that same air dry clay that we used before. So you're going to make that border, and then afterwards you're going to use the clay tools, which I do have, right? Those same gray clay tools. You're going to use those to create the ruler. Hopefully, I will have a rolling pin to make that slab, and then you can add details with the actual clay tools. So you see this person here is carving it in there. This person has a dragon. Don't do that. Okay. If you want to do that, you're gonna have to do the border one day and the dragon the next day. Okay. You may have time if you can finish quickly enough, but most likely you won't. Okay. So I don't recommend doing it. If you really want to do it, talk to me and we'll see what we can do. All right. So I'm not sure whether we have something sharp enough for you to use, like in this picture here. The best way to do it would be to use that, that pin tool and make little marks around there so you can cut out your letter. But you may just have to cut out the letter and use the tools to kind of like trace around that with the paper, and then you throw that paper away. So you're going to make the letter. After you've made the border, cut out the letter kind of, and then put it onto the clay border. Okay. And if you want to add texture and stuff like that, you can do that. This person here, the reason why they're making that is to stick it on there. Okay. But we'll go over that. I'll help you out with that process when you do it. So you're going to put that clay letter on the border, let it dry, and then there should be probably 1 day in between you drying and then for you to actually paint it. Okay. That 1 day that you have, that free class period, that is when you're going to do that Japanese calligraphy project. So go back and look at the Canvas page. You're going to make your name in Japanese and add some other stuff in there. That's all you have to do for that class period. And then that next class period after that, your clay letter should be dry, and then you'll start to paint it. Okay. So I'll probably give you either acrylic paint or tempera paint. Then you're just going to go ahead and paint that. Now, in this case, this person here is showing you that, they will put this glaze on, is what it's called. It's a type of paint that you put on before you put it in the kiln, which is a type of oven. And then after that, it gives this kind of like shiny type of effect, right? And it stays on there. It's not going to come off. So if you have ever seen ceramics or even plates and stuff with decorations on there, that's what they use. Okay. So you guys, the clay letter that you're going to do will look slightly different, but it will still have color on there. All right. So I've left some examples of these inside the Canvas page. Think about what you want to do if you want to do this, and then you'll sketch out your letter today and then talk to me, and I'll help you out with the process through the rest of the week. Okay?